Catherine O'Hara enjoyed one of those rare, enchanting love stories that seem almost too perfect for the glitzy, often tumultuous world of Hollywood. This talented actress, hailing from Canada, found her soulmate in the late 1980s amid the creative chaos of a film set that would become a cult classic. She was deeply immersed in her role in a whimsical, gothic comedy directed by a visionary filmmaker known for his unique style. The movie featured a stellar cast, including a young actress playing a brooding teenager and a charismatic lead who embodied mischief and mayhem. O'Hara's character was a quirky, artistic stepmother navigating a bizarre supernatural world, complete with striped suits, shrunken heads, and afterlife bureaucracy. It was on this set where she crossed paths with Bo Welch, a highly skilled production designer whose work brought the film's fantastical elements to life. His designs were nothing short of spectacular, transforming ordinary locations into otherworldly realms with bold colors, exaggerated architecture, and intricate details that captured the director's eccentric vision. Welch was responsible for crafting the memorable backdrops that made the movie scenes pop with visual flair, from haunted houses to surreal netherworld waiting rooms. Their initial interactions were professional, centered around the demands of production, but soon evolved into something more personal. The spark ignited during the exterior shoots in a picturesque rural area, far from the hustle of Los Angeles studios. Amid the crisp air and scenic landscapes, Welch mustered the courage to ask O'Hara out. From that moment, they became inseparable, their connection growing stronger with each passing day on set. The film wrapped, but their romance was just beginning, blossoming into a partnership that would stand the test of time in an industry notorious for fleeting relationships. By the early 1990s, their bond had deepened to the point where they decided to make it official. They exchanged vows in a ceremony that reflected their shared creativity and humor, surrounded by close friends and family. Shortly after, they welcomed two sons into their lives, boys who would inherit their parents' wit and artistic inclinations. The family settled into a comfortable life in an upscale neighborhood in Los Angeles, where they built a home filled with laughter, creativity, and mutual support. O'Hara often shared endearing anecdotes about how their love story unfolded. She recalled developing feelings for Welch through their frequent conversations on set. These talks ranged from lighthearted banter about the film's absurd plot points to deeper discussions about art, life, and dreams. However, she grew frustrated when he didn't make a move to ask her on a proper date. In a moment of boldness, she confided in the director, who played an unexpected role as Cupid. The director, sensing the chemistry, orchestrated a casual outing with the art department to a local swap meet, a quirky flea market-style event where vendors sold everything from vintage treasures to handmade crafts. This outing proved pivotal. Amid browsing stalls filled with eclectic items, from antique furniture to colorful artworks, O'Hara and Welch found themselves drawn closer. The director's subtle nudge encouraged Welch to finally express his interest, leading to their first real date. They dined in intimate restaurants, sharing meals that fostered vulnerability and connection. These early dates were filled with stories of their backgrounds, O'Hara's roots in a large Canadian family and Welch's passion for design. Their shared sense of humor became the glue, turning ordinary moments into memorable adventures. As their relationship progressed, O'Hara made a significant life change to nurture it. She relocated from her native Canada to California, a move driven purely by love. This decision allowed them to build a life together without the strain of long distance. Their wedding was a celebration of their journey, marked by personal touches that highlighted their artistic spirits. As a wedding gift from the director who had helped spark their romance, they received an extraordinary opportunity, a private tour of a historic religious site in Europe, known for its vast collections of art and artifacts. The tour was an unforgettable experience, guided by a knowledgeable insider who granted them access to restricted areas. They wandered through opulent chambers, marveling at ancient garments and relics. At one point, their guide faced a reprimand from a colleague for venturing into a particularly sacred space, adding a touch of excitement and humor to the adventure. O'Hara wished she could understand the heated exchange in the local language, but the awkwardness only made the memory fonder. In a gift shop, they playfully posed with ornate items, pretending to sneak away with treasures, capturing photos that would become cherished keepsakes. Parenthood brought new joys and challenges. Their first son arrived a couple of years after the wedding, followed by their second a few years later. O'Hara delighted in watching her boys develop their own personalities, both exhibiting a flair for comedy that echoed their parents'. The older one gravitated toward classic cartoon impressions, mimicking vintage styles with exaggerated expressions and voices that harkened back to old vaudeville acts. The younger one excelled in clever wordplay, crafting puns and jokes that kept the family entertained during dinner conversations or lazy weekends. Throughout their marriage, O'Hara and Welch maintained a playful dynamic that extended into their professional lives. One particularly memorable moment occurred during a prestigious award ceremony held virtually due to global circumstances. O'Hara was honored for her outstanding performance in a beloved television series, where she portrayed an over-the-top, dramatic matriarch in a quirky family comedy. Accepting the award from home with Welch by her side, he added a humorous twist by simulating audience reactions. As she spoke, he played clapping sounds, and when she neared the end, he cued wrap-up music, prompting her to feign indignation with a light-hearted, "Seriously?" Their banter showcased the fun, supportive foundation of their relationship. Their home in a serene Los Angeles enclave became a sanctuary, where they hosted gatherings that blended Hollywood glamour with genuine warmth. O'Hara's career continued to flourish, with roles that highlighted her comedic genius and versatility. Welch's design work complemented her acting, often collaborating indirectly through shared industry circles. Together they navigated the ups and downs of fame, always prioritizing family.